Hey, Mark Rodriguez here. I'm giving my review on the third episode of The God of High School. I do want to point out that, yeah, I know I kind of messed up on Wednesday. I was just too busy. I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday. I can't do it Monday because the show actually streams live at 10:30 Eastern time in the morning, and it's just way too close for me to watch it, gather my thoughts, do the video, whatever, and then I go right to work. I'll basically be late for work doing all the stuff, so I just can't do it. I'm busy Tuesday, so I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday, and if for whatever reason I can't Wednesday, then I'll do it on Saturday, so that way you guys kind of have, an expectation of when my reviews are coming. You kind of know my schedule, you kind of know, when to tune in. So the reason I'm wearing this shirt in particular, and the reason I got this figure out here in particular is pretty interesting because, for whatever reason, Crunchyroll decided to interview Sasha Banks of all people. She's a fan of anime. I think I've heard about that somewhere before. And yeah, aside from the classics like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, she's also a big fan of The God of High School. She says that she loves the tournament aspect of it. And yeah, you can actually go to the Crunchyroll website to see the full interview. But I just kind of caught my mind that it said I was about to watch the episode for the review, and it's Sasha Banks is talking about The God of High School. And I'm like, what? But anyways, she loves the tournament aspect, and the thing that really gets her interested is that the winner's going to get 3 wishes, so she's very curious about what are going to be those 3 wishes. What, 3 wishes what the main character asked for, and how that affect her life. So that's kind of cool. I agree with her. I do love the characters. I do love the tournament aspect. Who doesn't love a tournament arc, am I right? And that's pretty cool. And, yeah. So, in the third episode here, we had the big fight between Kang and Go. Go is the Tai Chi guy, and Kang just got crazy. The fight got way too violent, it got too extreme, it got to the point where the audience was kind of like, oh man, dude, So Jin jumped in and saved his buddy, but unfortunately it's against the rules to just kind of jump in and interrupt the match. So now he has a punishment heading his way. The episode ended with the, higher-ups grabbing him and taking him, in the back somewhere or whatever, and that's what's going to happen. So we'll find out in a couple of minutes what happened to him, what's his punishment, what's going to happen. And yeah, so as usual, I'm going to watch the episode right now and give you my thoughts. The last thing I want to say, and I forgot to mention in my other reviews, is that I think it was the second episode. I love how the ring has the Crunchyroll logo, because of course the series is a Crunchyroll original, based on a Korean webtoon and all that. I love the Crunchyroll logo on the ring. It reminds me of how the AEW one sometimes have the Pro Wrestling Tees logo on the ring, so that's kind of cool. And also for you guys out there to keep watching the Funko wall, it's growing. More pops are coming on the way. So anyways, I'm going to watch the episode and do the review. See you in a couple of minutes. Alright guys, the last stuff happened in the episode. I'm going to try to get through them quickly before I forget the details and stuff. First of all, the episode started off in some weird church or something, and I don't recognize any of the people there, but they're talking, the time has come and whatever, and God is with us, but of course it looks all sinister, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but I assume we'll find out, later on. So the show starts proper, and we see that Go, the Tai Chi guy, is of course getting medical attention. His body is severely injured from the fight. But surprisingly, Kang is also out of action. He has some kind of mental breakdown or something. He's like, oh my god, the monster, or whatever. So the higher-ups having a discussion about these events. And the girl with the blue hair is like, these two are out of action. I blame Jin. I want Jin to disqualify from this tournament right now and whatever. But Park is reading over the paperwork from Jin, and he's impressed by who his grandfather is. So I don't know what that means, But then we move on to the actual fight. So now we got Mira against Mai Mason. And Mai Mason is, of course, what I like to call the Tina Armstrong, American-type blonde wrestling girl and everything. And, yeah, so, of course, Mira has her sword. The other one is unarmed, but it doesn't matter because once the fight starts, this girl, the wrestling girl, is incredibly fast, zipping all over the fucking place where it's hard to even hit her. And then she's so strong, even if you do hit her, she's able to block and withstand it. It's just her body is made of iron, so your wooden sword can't hurt me. So it's like, oh shit, So, she goes into why she wants to enter the tournament, and her big wish is that she wants a male harem. So she wants a whole bunch of guys all over her, mysterious guys, cool guys, and buff guys, or whatever. And yeah, she wants all the guys all over her and whatever, and that's kind of like a brief moment of comedy there. And now back to the fight. what's her name? Mommy Son actually grabs Mira in this super powerful like body slam that just rocks the entire fucking ring and also knocks the sword out of the ring. So now Mira is disarmed and now like what she's gonna do now. But Mira says I can still slice and dice you without my weapons, and surprisingly she can actually do like the Leona type technique with King of Fighters. She can actually swing her arm so fast that the wind slash actually cuts you. And it's weird because like the wind attack actually slices through My Son's boob. And it's kind of like, we've seen anime girls get their top sliced before, but we've never seen the actual boob get like, and I'm like, oh, and I saw that, you know? And the girl's still trying to attack, but Mira does like now, you know, double with both arms. Mi-Son blocks, but still it's sharp, so she still gets sliced anyways. She falls back, and Mira won the match. And I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking Leona from King of Fighters. Holy crap, you know? So then we move on to I guess, oh yeah, the what do you call it? The high position guys, whatever you want to call these people, the higher ups. I'm gonna call them the higher up. The higher ups discuss, and they call in Jin. So it's like, okay, if you could beat one of our higher-ups tomorrow, we'll let you back into the tournament. And of course, it's assumed that these guys are way more powerful than anyone in the tournament, you know. As you saw, like in the last episode, when Khan was out of control, they were all ready to step in, and they were like showing no fear of despite how strong Khan looked. So you kind of get the idea. So there's this guy with green hair, and I don't think they ever named him throughout the entire episode. So guy with green hair, and it's like, yeah. If you can beat him, you can re-enter the tournament. And Jin is like, well, I want to fight the guy over there, the blind guy with the closed eyes. And he's showing her a flashback of when this guy, I guess, defeated him in some earlier instance. And he's obsessed with that. And after a while, the actual green-haired guy gets pissed and says, hey, I'm stronger than him, okay? Forget about him. You're fighting me. And then he sots him, and this punch sends Jin flying back. And this is supposed to represent, of course, like just how powerful this guy is compared to, like, the regular crew or whatever. But Jin gets right back up. Wow, that was a powerful punch. Can I have another one? And it's like, okay, so that we're really throwing in the whole Goku-ness into his character and stuff like that. So later that day, I guess evening, as Han and Mira are going back home, they're discussing that Jin probably got himself disqualified, you know, because of what he did, and where is he? We never find out what happened, and then Jin is just suddenly there. They're, you know, what the fuck are you doing here? And it's like, hey, I got, you know, free fruit, and he explains about, you know, if I beat this guy tomorrow, I'm back in the tournament. It's like, yeah, but are these guys supposed to be like very, very strong? Yeah, but I'll beat them anyway, and they're kind of like, you know, you're overconfident or whatever. And yeah, so he's got free fruit. And it's explained that Park gave him the free fruit. And yeah, there's regular stuff like bananas and whatever, but I guess some fruit is like some kind of special fruit. There's like a mini flashback where the girl with the blue hair is like, oh my god, you gave him that fruit, whatever the fruit is called. Like, you know, do you know what happens if regular humans eat that or whatever? And he's all, yes, but I want to see if he's the real deal. So it's like, okay. So back in Jin's house, Jin eats the fruit. It's like this kind of weird looking peach or whatever. He kind of hesitates, but hey, it looks tasty. Nom, you know? And I guess after some minutes or whatever, he has like, you know, pains. He starts coughing up blood and stuff. He falls over. He looks dead. And it's like, oh shit, you know? So after the commercial break, we go on to the next day. I guess Han and Mira never checked up on him and just went to the tournament assuming he would go because they're just going back to their lives. We see that Han is working. No, first actually Han visits like this terminally ill friend of his in the hospital, and we kind of get some backstory. The guy's sister is working 2 jobs to like afford his medication, and it's implied that Han is also working jobs to help pay for his buddy's medication and stuff like that. And later on, we see Han back at his job, I guess in the store or something, and these random assholes show up that I guess know him, but I don't know, I guess they're just, I don't know, because Han is so fucking strong, who would bully him? But whatever, so they're bugging him, they're bad-talking the guy who's ill, they know him too, so it's like, that asshole deserves it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, you know? And one of them throws a soda at Han to kind of provoke him and stuff, but Han just picks it up, yeah, I'll get rid of that for you, and just walks off. And the guy's like, what, you're not even going to fight back? And I'm like, dude, Han can fuck you guys up. Like, he's in the tournament. You guys are not. Shut the fuck up. So, like, I don't know what's the story there, but I assume we'll find out a bit more. But we do know a bit about, I guess, Han's life there. So, at the tournament, we get Han versus Bayek. Bayek is the guy that's reading the book with the, now I can tell, it's like an actual steel or metal baseball bat. And apparently the guy, since he reads a lot of whatever, he knows that Han fights karate, and apparently he studied all the different possible combinations of techniques and stances, and any possible karate strike that Han can do, he already knows because he has it all studied in his books and stuff, and he wants to prove his theories or whatever. So yeah, in the beginning, everything that Han does, he's able to block and evade or whatever, because I know all these moves already and blah blah blah. And Bayek, in his case, he has this kind of, I guess, like delayed reaction type move. Every time he hits you with the baseball bat, it's like multiple strikes, and you know, it just hits you whatever, and then seconds later, boom, 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 you like feel it, and you're like, you know, falling over. And to make it worse, now he has a move called, I think it's called 12 Spears, where he just lunges like the bat, and I guess the force of the bat, because I don't know if it's real spears, it's like that kind of, you know, Saint Seiya imagery, but you get like 12 blows all at once that all hit you at once and everything. And Han is now, you know, spitting blood. He's like on the ropes and everything. And it's like, you know, your body has been hit, has been like impaled or stabbed. Yeah, stabbed. Your body's been stabbed at 12 different spots all at the same time. It goes through your bone, your muscle, it goes through your internal organs. Like, you'll never be able to get up now. I win or whatever. But Han gets a flashback of his terminally ill friend and saying that, you know, life is a struggle, you gotta keep fighting to live. So, of course, that kind of gives Han the whole, I forgot what the word was. It wasn't motivation. It was another word they use in anime. Oh, resolve. It gives him the resolve to get back up and everything. And so now Bayek is like, okay, so now you get, I think it was 74 spears. I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude. But Han powers up to kind of like whatever first stand something and throws a punch so strong that actually shatters the fucking steel baseball bat. Like that fucking baseball bat collapses within itself, and like the wind force or whatever throws all the spears flying back at him. Then he does like a second stance, like a stance shift or something, that I guess just shifting your stance, like throws all this wind or whatever that kind of knocks the guy off balance. Then the third stance is the actual like attacks and everything, and yeah, it just gets crazy. It just becomes like a legit like fist fight, because now both Bayek and Han are just trading blows and shit, just beating the fucking shit out of each other at, you know, insane speeds and like with insane force and everything. And yeah, I forgot to mention there was a moment there was a moment where Bayek, before he lost the bat, I should have brought this up earlier, because the fist fight just got me. I love when they go crazy like that. The animation was so smooth for that too. But anyways, there was a part where Bayek was gonna fight, but he slipped. And that was like, oh my god, he slipped. He's wide open. But instead of like taking advantage of it, Han just offers to help him up and everything. And while he does that, he got hit on the side with the bat and everything. And I guess it shows how noble he is or whatever. But anyways, back to the crazy fist fighting. After all that pummeling and stuff, Bayek is up against the ropes. And it's like, you know, damn it, you know, damn you for disproving my theories. And he just collapses, and Han won. But that was pretty awesome. I love the animation for that. And let me see here. So then we start the actual fight now between Jin and the guy with green hair that we still don't know his name. And like Jin is nowhere, so everyone's like, oh my god, where is he? You know, and his friends are worried about him. What's his name? Park is just kind of doing the whole, you know, hand tapping thing until you hear that, oh, Jin is here, and he's like, you know. So yeah, whatever the fruit did to him, Jin survived, and Jin is back into the ring, and the fight's about to start, and of course it's assumed that this guy with the green hair is super fucking, you know, fast and strong or whatever the fuck, but the fight is about to start. Like, they literally say, you know, start. And this is kind of like a handicap fight, because it's like, I guess the guy is so strong that, you know, obviously if he defeats Jin, he wins whatever. But in Jin's case, this guy is so strong that if he can, at the very least, knock him over, that will count as a win, because they're not expecting him to actually, like, defeat him, you know? So it's like, yeah, it's a handicap match. If you can so much as knock this guy over, you win. So the moment the match starts, bam! Like Jin is like from wherever his spot is, he's already in the guy's space, and he's like, yo, take off your glasses, you don't get hurt. And takes off his glasses and just a light palm strike, and the dude falls back. And the guy, the announcer, is surprised because he literally just said fight, and he's like, wow, okay, so Jin is the winner. And the people in the audience are like, hey, what the fuck, y'all just messing around, because, you know, to the regular audience, they don't quite catch the scope of it. They just see that, hey, you just pushed him back, you know. They don't realize that it's a big feat. So the guy with the green hair starts getting pissed off and starts doing like attacks and stuff, but Jin still is able to fight back and counter. And then this is where it gets really weird, and I don't know what's gonna happen if the rest of the series kind of turns into this, but the guy with the green hair releases his stand or his persona, or whatever you want to call it, but he releases this giant-ass fucking monster, and of course, Jin's like, what the fuck is that? And he's like avoiding the monster, and the monster, you know, of course, the rest of the crowd is like, holy shit, too, because this, I assume this takes place in a relatively real-world setting, so everyone's like, the fuck is that, you know? And the monster actually grabs Jin, and it looks like he's gonna finish him off, when the monster just like just vanishes or whatever, because then we see that everyone else, all of the other higher ups, are holding back the guy with the green hair to calm his fucking ass down because he went too far. And Park is like, you're gonna get the next 3 months without pay, or we'll lower your pay for the next 3 months. You know why? And the guy's like, oh man, the next 3 months and whatever. But it's because I assume they revealed too much for the crowd or whatever. And Jin is still there. Jin is like knocked out. He's starving. He wants food. And Park is like, you are your grandfather's kid, you know, I guess the lost tiger cub or something like that. And it's like, we're never going to let you go. I'm like, okay. So it kind of ends there with Jin just laughing, knocked out, starving, you know, typical Goku-ish behavior. But, yeah, so my overall thoughts, I like both fights. It was pretty impressive. Yeah, what can I say? The fights were short and sweet. I guess they're like enough where they're not too long if you don't want long fights. They're both very well animated. Animation gets crazy like all fucking hell, because in the beginning of the match, what's her name? Mia Misson was doing all kinds of crazy like body slams and suplexes and shit. She was doing all these moves. It all animates so smoothly. The way she moved so fast in the beginning, where it was even hard to even hit her and all that stuff. All that like flowed so smoothly. It was super awesome. And then like the other fight, whenever Han and Bayek just fucking lose it and they're both just sucking the shit out of each other, like the animation is so smooth. It's just, it's crazy. I love that stuff. But again, like I said, I'm gonna have my doubts. I don't know what's gonna happen between like this, whatever this church thing is. I'm beginning to think that whatever left that giant claw mark in the island was probably someone's persona stand or whatever. I don't really know what's gonna happen if, like, I don't know, like the whole persona stand thing is kind of weird, unless of course that's just that guy's gimmick, but I have the feeling that everyone else is gonna start having them later on or some shit like that, and I don't know what to think about it, because I don't know, how do you go from a tournament that has like martial arts and you got a couple of moves, you know, you got some of the wind slasher type attacks and stuff, to having fucking giant monsters at your command? And I don't know, like, I'll still watch the series, I'll see where it goes from here, but that's kind of a very weird, interesting concept to get in there. Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel if Han and Jin and Mira start unleashing their giant monster Pokemon, Digimon things to attack. I don't know. So, we'll see how that goes, we'll see how that evolves. It's kind of weird. I guess if that's the direction they're going, they might as well start introducing it, you know, the sooner the better, so it's not as weird, you know, episode 3 compared to episode 33, you know, but, yeah, we'll see what happens, I did like getting more of Han's backstory. We already got a bit of Mira's backstory last episode. I mean, for all we know, they might show even more of Jin and his grandpa in the next episode or whatever. We'll see what happens. And, yeah, and we'll also see what opponents, because I think we already kind of got past the opponents in the theme song. The theme song already... Am I saying theme song correctly? I can't think, it's late at night. But the theme song already showed Han and Go and Mia Misong, and we already like got past all 3 of those characters. So I don't know like what other opponents are gonna face in other episodes. But of course, I'll be here to review them. I'll try my best to do it on Wednesday. If not, it'll be Saturday. And yeah, we'll see what happens next time. Mark Rodriguez here. Watch this anime. It's on Crunchyroll. It's a Crunchyroll original. It's a lot of fun. If you love tournament art, be sure to check it out.